5 years ago with this shit, he would have been on the ground. Absolutely. 10, 15, 20 years ago. Dead.
What's going on? Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands.
I don't actually see my hands.
All right, step out of the car.
I'll step out of the car.
All right, don't move your hands. Don't move your hands.
Okay, either you're gonna step outside, or I'm gonna place you outside, or I'm gonna place you on the wrist for interference. Okay, turn around. Stop it!
Have you ever seen police break an elderly man's ribs for simply checking on his wife? Imagine witnessing a 73-year-old husband, barely able to walk, being violently thrown to the ground by an officer inside a store office. In today's Audit Archive, what began as a shoplifting accusation ended with a defenseless senior citizen crying in agony. This shocking case of excessive force will leave you stunned at what unfolds next. Our first case of the day involves an incident where a Danbury police officer made offensive remarks and death threats during a confrontation. On July 9th, 2021, in Danbury, Connecticut, a man by the name of Reyes from Bellport, New York, visited a library and filmed inside to see how officials would respond. When staff called for officers and they arrived, they confronted Mr. Reyes after stepping inside the building.
How's everything? So, there is a young guy inside of the building. He's taking the video, which is not allowed without permission of the administration.
Okay.
About this, I spoke with him. He did not stop. He's not leaving. So he's still there. So.
Okay.
Hi. Hi.
Yeah.
How's it going, sir? Hey, how you doing, officer?
Good.
All right. Can I get your names and badge numbers?
Sure, can I have your ID, please?
No. Where this is going.
I want you to answer my question. Were you asked to leave?
I see where this is going.
Were you asked to leave?
I see where
Did
this is going.
security ask you to leave, and did the employees ask you to leave, sir?
No.
Were you
I
asked
was
to
not.
leave?
I was
Would
not.
you would you like them to leave, sir? Okay.
So security. Yeah, I asked him. So let me explain just so you gotta. Let me just explain really quick so you guys can understand. So what I'm doing here is a First Amendment protected activity.
That's great.
I'm recording. I know you don't care, sir, but listen. If you violate that in any way, interfere with that.
I'm not
you will-
violating it. They asked you to leave.
Yeah, but they can't ask me to leave. This is a public library. Can I
Is
speak to
there-
a supervisor, please?
Do you guys have an administrator here?
No, this is a public library. My tax dollars goes to fund this, sir.
Okay. Is there a thing of like rules and regulations?
I appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There are.
Where is that at? Can I see it?
Okay, I'll try to find them because I don't know if it right now, but it's a.
I just want to be clear. If he's violating a policy here
Yeah,
for people
there
to
was
listen,
there
I'm
was also a
talking to him.
policy. There was also
I'm
a
talking to
policy
him. Shut your mouth.
I can't hear you. The closer to
So if he's violating some kind of policy here and he's not allowed to be here because he's violating that,
Yeah, so you guys got body cameras, great.
then he needs to leave.
Although there was no supervisor on the scene to confirm this, the officers continued to tell him to leave. When talking to him for a while longer, the First Amendment auditor refused to elaborate any more than he had to. Instead of finding a reason to detain him for refusing to follow policy though, the officer suggested threatening him for trespassing.
What about the policy on trespassing?
Trespassing?
Yeah, if you asked him to leave and he refuses to leave,
Yeah, we do have the.
Yeah, trespassing.
that would work just as well, I guess. The general library population, therefore, under certain circumstances, they can or its designee, which would be you. Who's the designee?
Probably, but yeah, security.
With the assistance or advice of law enforcement, may make decisions to remove excluding individuals with or without warning who interrupt normal library operations. I say this is an interruption.
Yeah. I think it says something about distracting behavior.
Yeah, so I mean.
On things that are hanging up.
Officially, the officer and the staff now had a legal reason to kick Mr. Reyes off the property. Overjoyed with this discovery, the officer went straight back to his peers and discussed the papers in his hand with them all while right in front of the auditor.
Tibbets.
To Officer Tibbets.
Tibbets.
Yes,
The,
young man.
Yeah, the policies, they don't supersede law, just so you know that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It goes law, there's the Constitution, law, and policies.
I had no idea.
Okay. And I have a constitutional right to be filmed.
Roger, all set?
So,
Okay.
great. So
I didn't
I'm just
know
letting
that.
you know. I'm letting you know.
No
so you
idea.
don't know the Constitution.
No, I don't. Obviously, I don't. No, I
took an oath to it, but
did anything. Jeez.
Dude, why you gotta be such a
Dude, why
tyrant?
you gotta be such a tyrant? See what I'm doing there?
Acting like a child?
Yeah, so are you.
Acting like a child.
We have a supervisor coming out here to appease your request.
Yeah,
Okay.
Great. No, it's not to
Alright,
appease my request,
and
it's to educate you guys.
He's gonna go that way. Okay. He's gonna go over this with you.
Great.
Okay.
Cool. I like that. And you know how the story ends? I'm gonna tell you how the story ends. Ready?
Sure.
It's gonna end with you, and you all walking out that door, and I'm gonna continue to record because it's my constitutional right.
Okay.
That's just creepy. Okay. You can call it creepy all you want. Like I said. Well, technically you're filming in here. Oh,
Yeah, I'm filming you.
By law, we're mandated to record.
You guys asked for that.
Ah, because it keeps people like Tibbets in line.
Yeah. Because you know me.
Tibbets. That's gonna go great on YouTube, that name.
It's
Officer
already
Tibbets.
on there.
Officer, oh, you're on YouTube
Oh,
already.
come on,
You're
dude.
YouTube famous? That's
Today? Seriously? Of course I
Cool.
am.
Really? I didn't know that. That's cool. I'm sure they'll be in the comment. I can see the comments now on the video. Tibbets.
Well, what are they?
I don't know. They're gonna say you're a tyrant and sarcastic.
Okay.
And
Now you're a
childish.
tyrant.
And childish.
Yep.
Yes, we're
Yeah,
all.
no, I would say that you three are tyrants and he's not a tyrant.
Why?
That's what I would guess.
Tell me why.
Because he's the only one not trying to violate my rights that I said.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
What right did I violate, Rick?
Just by being here, just by you're just by being here.
But he's here too.
He's here too.
Yeah, but what
Same uniform.
He's
I know
not,
why.
he's not telling me to leave. Is that why? Is that why?
As they continued talking, Officer Tibbets went back to the staff manager and asked how exactly they wished to proceed, whether they wanted to kick him out, pardon him, give a warning, etc. While doing so, he also gave his own take on the situation.
So, you guys don't want him here because he's filming people.
Yes, it is. It's a.
And I'm just trying to arrange this.
For whatever reason, you don't want him here, and that reason has to be he's recording people. My only purpose here is to remove him from the premises. He is going on and on about constitutional rights. So, I don't know where this is going to go, but the last time I checked, it's not against the law for him to violate someone's constitutional rights. Because he's not an officer of law. Or you, or anybody else here. So, just so you guys understand that. I'm sure he's going to start asking more questions. I'm sure after today he's going to be calling here. Yeah, so.
With a clear goal in mind, the officer went back to his peers one final time and moved to close the curtains on this case once and for all. Unfortunately, though, what ensued next was the result of the building tension between the auditor and the police.
Thank you, I like it
What did
too.
you find out?
What
did it say?
So this is the removal and exclusion policy.
We gotta be breaking the law.
I'm not talking to you right now.
I'm talking to you.
Right, let's
Yeah, there you go.
Why don't you follow us and keep filming? Put it on your vlog.
Just be no tenants. Listen, I don't got no personal against you. It's just the way
I know you don't know me.
It's just the way you came up to me.
Yeah, but
ID. Like, come on.
The way that you're in here
You gotta
causing a
do-
problem for everybody,
You gotta-
for what
you gotta-
reason? To
you
get
gotta-
us here?
You gotta use your de-escalation.
No. You gotta not be like this, dude.
gotta take
Why
a
are you
breath.
doing this? To get us here? Is that why?
Did I call you?
Well, why is this happening? Yeah,
Okay, I'll tell you.
you're
I'm
exercising
my
your
First
First
Amendment
Amendment right in the
public.
library.
Yes, in the public. way.
Okay.
Correct. That's exactly what I'm doing here.
For what though?
If they would have spread awareness. Spread awareness.
Alright, yeah, so he's definitely in violation here too, so.
Yeah.
This is not gonna end well with you, you know that.
Okay, we'll see.
No, I'm telling you.
You will see.
Okay.
I'm not scared of you.
And you're not supposed to be scared of us.
I don't care, I'm just saying.
Great. Because the mere, listen, listen, before you guys even arrest me, the thing that's gonna happen is you have to tell me to leave, right?
No,
So,
no. We're in charge here, okay?
Yeah, you're
So
gonna
now
tell me
we
to
are.
leave, and then
You're gonna
what-
have to
what
give
you're
us an
gonna
ID.
do-
If you don't give us an ID, you're
Not
gonna have to
gonna
go, then you're gonna have to go
Not gonna
downtown.
happen.
I'm
I'm
just
not breaking
telling
any
you.
laws.
Yes, you're breaking their law, and they need to find out who you are, so when you come back,
They're gonna love that you said
it's
that.
trespassing.
They're gonna love that they said
Well,
that.
see, here's the thing. We have a thing where like they identify somebody, and then it's considered trespassing if you enter again. So you can't just walk out of here because we don't know who you are.
Okay, watch this. Ready? Ready? I'm gonna walk out of here. Am I being detained?
Yeah, you are. Because you asked for a supervisor, and the supervisor's coming.
So wait, so you're detaining me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Utter, you're detaining me. Now you
You
gotta
cannot leave because you broke a policy here. I'm just saying, and now we need to find out
Are
who
you
you are.
law enforcement or policy enforcement?
Well, you're saying policy. Would you like to say
You just
law?
said policy. That's not a law. Does it have a CR code next
If
to it?
they
or
asked you to
something?
leave,
And you didn't, so now we're here. So now we have to find out who you are so you don't come back again, so we know that.
That's not gonna happen yet. Sorry. Not gonna happen.
For the next 3 minutes, Officer Ken Utter and the auditor argued with each other over whether enforcing policies was the same as enforcing the law. Meanwhile, Officer Tibbetts met up with the supervisor who had just arrived and explained the situation to him. However, as we watch the footage, one considerable factor should be noted about it.
this guy came in here and he started filming.
For no viable or justifiable reason, both officers turned off the audio on their body cams. The officers were not allowed to mute their body cams, especially when only merely discussing the events that transpired. This could mean that Officer Tibbetts may possibly have given his supervisor false information about the man, and we viewers would be none the wiser.
Okay. Sorry.
You want?
Okay.
Do you want? Are you gonna leave?
Hold on.
Are you gonna leave? Yes or no?
If I don't leave, will I be arrested?
Yes, you're trespassing.
Okay, I'm gonna leave now. Because you're under threat of arrest.
That's
I'm
fine, yes.
under threat of arrest. I'm going to leave. And no, you do not.
on.
Well, don't touch me.
We need to get
Don't
we need to
touch me.
identify.
We
No,
do
you
have to.
don't.
We have to
I
identify.
have not committed a crime.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
You're gonna go.
You're touching me.
They asked you to leave.
They asked you to leave
And I'm
and you
leaving
refused to leave.
under threat of arrest.
Okay, you're refusing to provide identification to us. We need to
Because I
identify
haven't
you because
committed
if
a
you
crime.
come back here, because they don't want you coming back here, we
Sergeant,
need
I
to
haven't
identify
committed
you.
Sergeant, I haven't committed a crime. Unless I've committed a crime, I don't have to show you ID, sir.
Did they ask you to leave? Yes or no?
You just told me
They
right
asked you
now.
to leave and you refused.
That's
That's not. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
They said that. They asked you to leave
This is a
and you
public.
wouldn't leave.
This is a public building.
That is a crime.
This is a public building.
That's great, but they asked you to leave and you wouldn't leave.
No, it's not the same thing, sir, because it's a public building.
This is their building. They make the rules here. They
So,
decided
are
you
you,
were
Sergeant
violating the rules.
Dickinson, if I don't give you ID, are you going to arrest me?
Well, so we're trying to like.
Because I'm gonna leave because you just gave me a lawful. You just said gave me an
Well,
unlawful order.
but
that
this-
under threat of arrest.
Well, this
Which I'll be
this may have happened
violating
before. When I'm trying to figure out what happened before. If they asked you to leave beforehand, before I talked to you,
I'm not.
then you're actually committing a crime.
But who? Yeah, but I'm not. They didn't. I'm not saying that they asked me to leave.
Okay, did you
You
ask
don't.
him to
Yeah,
leave?
you don't know that.
Okay.
He asked you to leave.
It was only because
Okay, so all I'm asking.
ago or something like that.
Listen, all I'm.
And
This
then
is,
what did he say when you asked him to leave?
Sergeant, Sergeant, can I have a conversation with you?
Okay, he said he wouldn't
Can we
leave.
just really have a conversation,
We're trying
please?
to, yes.
All right. So what I'm doing here is I'm press, right? I'm working on a story in the public library. I'm engaging in a First Amendment protected activity, a constitutionally protected activity. I do this quite often. I know for a fact that policy does not trump the law. You can't make a, like, for example, you can't make a policy that says no fat guys allowed in the library because that would be discriminating, right?
But that'd be more of the civil side of it.
Exactly, and this is the civil side. You'll be violating my civil, just by telling me to leave under threat of arrest, you're violating my civil rights.
Well,
We're not violating your civil rights.
On the contrary, the officer wasn't allowed to ask him to leave based on a mere policy. Otherwise, since the location in question was public property, he would have been violating the man's first constitutional right.
And don't touch me again, man. Seriously.
Listen, we tell you not to go anywhere, you don't go nowhere. You understand?
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Do you understand that though?
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you.
Not to touch me.
Do you understand
Don't
that?
touch me.
You don't leave until we say so.
Don't touch me. Nobody's scared of you, Tibbetts.
No one's supposed to be scared of me. I'm talking over you because you keep yapping.
Okay.
You're not listening. You're here to sit here and preach about everything. You know the law.
I
You
do.
don't even know what simple trespass
I
is.
do. I do know the law. Unfortunately, more than you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry that I know the law more than you. It's very sad.
You're sad.
Okay.
They really are.
After a long struggle, the officers were finally able to get a hold of the man's ID. How they dealt with the situation after, though, was unprofessional to say the least.
We should have arrested him already.
Huh?
We should have arrested him already. He is telling him he can't video. I am not. he is asking to leave, he has the right to do so. He refused. He refused to provide ID. He's under arrest. Just saying. I do this a lot.
Yeah, then he can find out why I ask him. He's in my business. I mean, he can go to the administration and complain about this.
Prematurely, the officer stated that his peers should have arrested Mr. Reyes already. However, this would have meant arresting the innocent man before they realized he was violating any policies. Such an action would have therefore violated the auditor's fourth constitutional right.
How can I get out of here?
As soon as I get a read back.
A read back for what?
You're up.
To confirm that you're...
That I don't have any warrants?
No, confirm that you're...
Do you? I'm gonna find out. Don't. Sorry. Sorry, you're not gonna get it. And guess what? Once I complain and they read you guys the right act, I'm gonna come back to this very library and film again. How about that?
Then you'll be arrested for trespassing.
You can't trespass from the library.
Just letting you know you'll be arrested for criminal trespassing.
You cannot trespass from somebody from the library.
Comes back to Sean Paul Reyes.
Master.
Get out.
Where's my trespass? Where's my trespass?
I'll send it to you in the mail. Take care.
He has to be off the property, right?
Property, right?
Yeah, off the property.
You gotta go, get off the property.
You can absolutely film the outside of the building from a public view. Watch stuff, dude.
You didn't have that badge when you touched me? You didn't have that badge when you touched me?
What is that? What are you trying to say?
Dude. Don't touch me.
What are you trying to say?
Because if you
What are
didn't
you
have...
trying to say?
You touched me.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to leave.
You're trying to leave when I told you you couldn't.
You know what? Just go, 'cause it's not good for you.
It's not good for me, it's not good for you.
I'm going.
Don't lose your temper. It's bad for your gear.
No, when you lose your temper, you start threatening officers.
I'm not touching you. You're a douchebag.
Let's go. I'm a douchebag.
Get off the property. If you don't get off the property, you're going to be arrested.
I'm going off the property right now. I'm moving backwards off the property. Officer douchebag. You can't arrest me for words.
Great. Thanks for the tip.
Fucking asshole. Listen, you guys are tyrants. You guys are tyrants.
Great. We're trying to do our job, dude.
Yeah,
Get off
you're
the
doing is
property.
violating people's
Get
rights.
off the property. Off the property.
See ya. Bye. You're dismissed.
See you later.
You're dismissed.
I'm not going anywhere.
You're dismissed.
I'm
Bye-bye.
allowed to be here.
Bye-bye.
I would like to stay.
Bye-bye.
What's up?
I violated my right.
Yeah, sure.
Who's gonna race me?
I'll take care of it.
I should have let you guys arrest me. I don't got the time for it today.
It seems like you got plenty of time.
No, I'll be back here. Don't worry.
Okay. I'll get set.
I'll be back here.
That's why we're glad to have you.
Hey, you're dismissed. See ya. See ya. You're dismissed.
Come here, Sarge. Come here.
Go back to work.
Although he was finally escorted off the premises, it didn't take long for both parties to eventually dissolve into arguing even louder and more aggressively now that they were no longer within the confines of a quiet space.
Hey,
this is what
how
I
come,
do.
no, so you do this
This is what I
for
do.
a living?
I stand up for my rights. Yeah.
No. This is what you do for a living?
Listen.
Why do you come to
I
Connecticut
promise.
if
I
you're
promise.
from New York?
Because you guys act like tyrants here. This is in New York. I can go into any public library, and they might call the cops. But guess what? The cops know their job over there, and they're gonna leave. They've done it plenty of times because they're not stupid. They don't want to open themselves up to a lawsuit.
What's the lawsuit?
The lawsuit is you violated my rights. You violated my constitutional rights. I have a constitutional right to film in public. That's what you just don't understand.
I'm not stopping you from filming, and nor
It's
have
public over there.
Yeah,
That's
but
public.
they asked you to leave, and
Doesn't
I have a
matter.
duty.
You can't be
duty
trespassed from a public
to
building.
trespass
You will
from
learn.
their behalf.
Okay. You can't be trespassed
So
from
what
a
is the
public building.
violation? What right did I violate?
If I was in your police station filming, right, you couldn't tell me to leave, and I'll be there tomorrow.
Okay.
And guess what? You couldn't tell me to leave.
That's
I'll be filming
fine.
in there all day and all night.
Please
you couldn't tell me to leave.
That's
It's the same
fine.
thing with the library.
Okay.
It's public.
All right.
You don't get it?
But your beef
This is
is
what
with them.
you think. No,
Not
it's
me.
not.
So because it's public, there's no laws or rules in anywhere? You can just do whatever you want?
No, that's not true.
All right, so they have a law that says what you're doing was wrong, so they would like you to leave.
They have a policy.
Right. So they would like you to leave, and that's what we do.
No, but the law protects me to do what I do. You
No.
understand? It's a constitutionally
Put
protected
that on your
activity.
YouTube feed, because
It's
you're wrong.
constitutionally protected
You're
activity.
wrong.
If I went in there
You're
and I was
wrong.
acting like...
You're wrong.
Don't touch me.
You're
Don't touch
wrong.
me.
Okay,
Don't
listen.
touch me.
If he
Hey,
comes back on the
hey,
property, if he comes back on
Hey,
the property,
hey, I want to file a complaint against him, Sergeant.
All right, thanks,
He just
Sarge.
grabbed my arm.
Although the situation was already over and done with, Officer Utter still felt like patronizing Mr. Reyes even more, despite not needing to. Though perhaps not a legal violation, it still goes against his department's values and morals. In the end, the officers and Mr. Reyes parted ways, albeit on the most unfriendly of terms. Just when one thinks this is the end, however, we get a glimpse into how two of the officers really felt about the auditor.
I'm telling you right now, 5 years ago with this shit, he would have been on the absolutely 10, 15, 20 years ago, that would be dead. His teeth would be missing. I don't fucking know. Oh, telling you that?
He was suspended for 8 days for making said offensive remarks. Another example of such a case is this next incident, where on December 7th, 2020, in Aurora, Colorado, Miss Alexandra Stevenson came home and got upset that someone had parked in the parking spot she had paid for. She started honking her horn, which upset the residents. Consequently, several of them called 911 to report the disturbance.
All right, I see her. Stop. Go away. Hey. What's going on? Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands.
You can see my hands.
All right, step out of the car.
I'll step out of the car.
All right, don't move your hands. Don't move your hands.
I'm not. My gun
Put
is
your
in
hands on
here.
your face.
My gun is in here.
Put your hands on your face.
My gun is in here.
I see your gun. Put your hands on your face.
It's on my face.
Don't move your hands. Put them on your face.
It's on my face.
The gun's right next to her.
It is. You can grab it. I don't need it.
Okay.
It was for self-protection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't move.
I don't. What am I? I'm not moving.
Okay, put your hands on your head. Put your hands on your head.
It's mine and it's registered.
You got any other weapons on you?
No, I don't.
All right, she's gonna.
Back here for a second.
Go ahead. You guys have everything to do. Go ahead. Do it. Do it. Stay on the phone, brother.
I'm on screen recording too.
Nigga, I have every right to do what I'm doing right now.
Although Miss Stevenson was now disarmed, the officer still had his gun drawn and stayed in a ready position.
Not resisting. No, I'm not. You know I'm not resisting. You know I'm not. Go ahead. Y'all have every right to do that. Go ahead. Go ahead. And when you pick me up, do not hit me on my head.
Yeah, watch your head. It's under the door.
Do not hit me on my head when I get up. I know that. I'm not resisting either. I didn't resist in the first place.
Watch your head. It's under that door.
Thank you. Sit up on your butt. Thank you. Right. Thank you. I'm not doing anything.
Okay, stand up.
Please.
Stand up.
Y'all funny.
Despite not needing to do so at all, the officers threw the woman on the ground and forced her head under the car. Considering that she wasn't resisting, such unnecessary action expectedly violated their department's use of force policy.
My AirPod fell out. Go grab it, please. It's on the other
Hey,
side.
don't go by the car. Do not go by the car.
You can grab an AirPod for me.
Okay, she doesn't need an AirPod right now. Are you related to her?
That's my people's.
Okay. All right. We're working through it, all right?
I can tell you exactly what happened. I've been here the whole time.
Okay.
That's our parking spot right there. They need to get the out of there. Y'all should just tell that shit. Don't stay away.
Well, I'm trying to talk to you. You said you want to tell me what's happening.
I don't want you that close to me,
Okay.
all right? I just see
Okay.
what y'all did to her.
Okay.
She had a gun. I don't give no. She didn't have it. I see what they did. They was over here threatening her because she was honking her horn because they was in her parking spot. So she went inside her house to go get. Do you have anything to add to this? Are you gonna talk to us?
I have no problem. That is my brother. Hey, excuse me. He's not
Once Miss Stevenson was detained, they placed her in the back of a patrol vehicle. Sometime later, officers went to check in on her as she complained about the situation and stated that although the officers were in their rights, she was still treated wrongly, despite being compliant throughout the whole ordeal.
several cars that had parked in my spot. So at this point,
okay.
I don't care.
Can I get a word in from you?
Yes,
real quick?
I apologize.
That's
Go
okay.
ahead.
If that's the case, then that means that no officer ever tried to punish those illegally making use of her private property. Ultimately, this means that Aurora PD was liable for failing to take action and apprehend rampant criminals while simultaneously arresting an innocent person who only wanted it all to stop.
So I understand that's pretty frustrating. Okay, so I'll give you that.
And I
Do you
take
think that there may
responsibility.
have been a better way to handle
Agreed. I take responsibility. I'm not saying that I didn't do nothing wrong.
You kind of get what we're saying?
Agreed. I did not say I didn't do anything wrong. I never resisted. I never
Did
said that you guys
you-
were wrong for doing what you were doing. I simply asked that you guys
alright.
told me what you were doing.
So
That's it.
I have a couple of questions.
Please.
So there is a gun in the car?
No, they already took the gun.
Okay, so you had a
I
gun.
did not have a gun in the car. Once I was parked and once people started approaching my car is when I went into my house to grab my gun and come out to wait for.
Describe to me what it is that you did with it. Did you
I never
raise it up?
flashed.
Did
I
you
never
keep it
flashed
down?
it. The moment that somebody
Where was
approached
it
my
at?
car, it was literally on the side of me, right here.
In your pocket or in your
No,
hand?
no. It was literally on in between the seat and the. It was just available just in case somebody actually threatened my life. I did not feel safe because of how many people approached my car when I was out here, and that is why I went inside to grab my gun. That is it. That is
Why didn't
all.
you just
I
drive
never
away and call
meant
the
to use
police?
it. I'm sorry.
If you would have driven away and called the police, we could have come out here and helped you.
I not only called the tow company, but I as well called my apartment complex. And nobody told me that they were going to do anything. Nobody sent anybody out here.
I wish
Yes,
you
sir.
had called us so we could help you. Instead
I
of,
mean,
do you
no, I
see,
agree.
like,
I agree.
I would rather come
and
here and help you rather than...
Whoever called you was right to call you. I
Right.
never said that you guys did anything wrong. I never
Sure.
said that I was resisting. Again, I never said that that I'm making up a story. Yes, I did grab my gun, whether you want to call it illegally or not. I did grab it illegally. Yes, I did make a disturbance of the peace. But no, none of that was intentional. No, I was not trying to do anything crazy. Again, I felt attacked. And that was the only way I felt that I could protect myself at that time.
Now that we have a bit more insight into the situation, we can surmise that this was all a case of justified self-defense in the face of potential criminals. Instead, though, rather than be comforted and helped in the aftermath, Miss Stevenson was arrested and reprimanded for her actions.
The moment that woman approached my car, yes, I did. I said, do not approach me. I have my pistol on me. That is exactly what I said to her. No, that's all I said. I said, do not approach me. I have my pistol on me for self-protection. That is exactly what I said. No, I told her that I had it on.
Okay. So they were not saying that she's at
All white. And she was in no stairwell right there.
She got some abrasions to her side of the head from the concrete.
According to this officer, the victim suffered abrasions to the side of her head due to the concrete, most likely when she was unjustifiably thrown to the ground. As a result, not only did the officers violate department policy once again, but also violated her fourth constitutional rights.
No, you're good. It's just a little straight.
Thank you. You as well.
I was going to do it close the door for a minute.
Go ahead, thank you.
Meanwhile, some other officers were doing some investigative work and chanced upon a woman who happened to witness everything that happened. As a result, the officers took her statement.
So can you tell me what happened tonight? Are you talking about like downstairs or up here?
I walked down to
Okay.
and I was just like, what's going on?
So you're just like at the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah, there was like two other people standing there.
Okay.
And I was like, what's going on? And she's like, I know where all of you live. And then she was talking to me and she's like, what are you going to do about it? And I was like, I have a baby So she's like, you shut the, you don't know nothing.
Is paid parking a thing here?
It is, but like I said, everyone parks where there's parking. So it's like you can't complain. Even if you pay for that parking, you can't
I just
complain.
wanted to see people around like that.
I know those are paid parkings, but like I said, everyone parks wherever. There's no one around hauling cars and stuff.
Was she making like any other threats to you other
Well,
than?
she did. She said, I know where you live. And I was like, I just want my kids to be able to sleep. That's it.
Yeah.
And she's like, come at me. I know where you live. And like, I took that as a threat. Like, my kids live here. And I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
short-tempered. So I mean, like, I'll admit, like, I was just like, okay, come on, get out of the car. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I was just in the moment really mad because my baby shouldn't be woken up like that, screaming, crying.
Okay. Did you yourself or her, did either of you have weapons or did you see
She
a weapon?
had a weapon, so I walked up to the car because she said, come at me, and I said, okay, get out of the car, and she pulled the gun out.
Okay.
And
Did she
was
point
like,
it at
I'll
you?
pop you. Yeah, she's like, I'll pop you, and I just kind of backed up, and I'm like, then get out of the car, and as soon as I said that, you guys pulled up. So it was just kind of crazy.
Okay. When she pointed the gun at you, were you in fear for your life? Did you think she was gonna use it?
I didn't think she was gonna use it. She had the window like halfway rolled up, and she just kept popping the cap. But she was fighting it. She's like, "I'll pop you, walk away."
And you're sure, like sideways?
Well, she was sitting sideways in the car and like pointing it like that at me.
Okay, so like with her left hand?
Yeah.
Like that, or with her right hand?
She was sitting like this in the car like that. And she was like, "Come at me, come at me." I'm not opening it.
Okay, were you on her driver's side or the passenger side? Okay, so you were on the passenger side, and then she was like,
sitting this way,
yeah,
going
and then
like
she was
that.
pointing it at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so she was pointing at you, but you didn't think she was gonna use it.
I didn't. Well, I don't know. You know, like I've
Okay.
never been in that situation.
Okay.
So I'm like, I've never been in that situation.
This is gonna sound silly, but I guess how did that make you feel?
It honestly made me even more mad than I already
Just made
was.
you angry?
Yeah,
Okay.
like it just,
After the incident, Mark Sears, president of the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 49, praised the officers for their handlings of a high-stakes incident, emphasizing their professionalism, adherence to policy, and composure. Our final case of the day involves an incident where an elderly woman was possibly falsely detained and her husband was most definitely the victim of excessive force and abuse. On October 3rd, 2014, in Buda, Texas, Mrs. Guadalupe Martinez, who was in her 70s, was taken into an office while shopping at a Walmart and accused of shoplifting. During this time, Officer Young arrived and briefly talked with a Walmart employee before going into the store, where he passed 73-year-old Juan Martinez, the woman's husband, who was getting off of his scooter. Mr. Martinez then stepped into the office where his wife was being held. What happened next, however, escalated the entire situation.
Hello. Just step outside for a second. Sir, step outside.
I've done nothing wrong.
I'm asking you to step outside.
Why would you want to?
I'm asking you to step out. I just got here.
She said,
Okay, either you're gonna step outside, or I'm gonna place you outside, or I'm gonna place you on arrest for interference.
Go ahead.
Turn around.
Stop it. No, please.
Have a seat for me, ma'am. I did not do anything. Have a seat for me, ma'am.
While trying to guide Mr. Martinez out of the room, the officer forced his body to fall on the floor, which left the elderly man in severe pain. Whether or not this was intentional, the fact remained that the officer violated his department's use of force policy.
Have a seat for me, ma'am. Ma'am, have a seat. Okay, ma'am, did you not hear me ask him to step out? No, he understood. Because he said no, he's not. He understood.
911.
I already called medics for you. So what's going on here?
I was looking for him and he was charging a battery from back there, and I couldn't find him. So I went out, the guy told me he went outside. So I went and my groceries and I pushed it right at the door so I could see if I could see him. I couldn't see him. When she touched my shoulder and she said that I was taking off.
Okay.
I just have a few groceries. She was 100% past the door. No, sir,
Okay.
I wasn't. No, ma'am.
Was she like out
She was
outside?
out. She passed her point of sale. Once she passed her,
Right.
When the door opens,
Okay.
when the door opens, my car. I'm gonna fire against you, officer. Like this, sir. I was just a few groceries. I mean, I was looking for him so we could pay for it.
Okay. All right. What was the total? The total.
Breon's grabbing it right now. Breon.
We have medics coming. We have medics coming. Do y'all have a total?
While the officer may have called for EMS, that was the extent of his aid for the victim. For the duration of the encounter, Mr. Martinez had to lie down on the floor with broken ribs for more than 5 minutes. Naturally, by failing to even try to do anything else for him until EMS arrived, he violated a human rights policy set forth by the United Nations. After having them sign some things and taking some statements, the officer explained what would happen next.
Basically what's going to happen is you're going to be released tonight. I'm going to file a warrant and forward it to the DA, which is the district attorney office, and then you'll be contacted by the DA for further action. All right. With you going past, or actually going past the last point of sales, were you outside when you was looking?
I pulled out because the door is really narrow, so I had to pull it out a little bit so I could see, and I couldn't see him anywhere.
Okay.
And as I was pulling back, she stopped me.
Okay, and where was he at?
I don't know. I just found it.
You just found him when you got in here?
Yeah.
Okay. How did he know you were in here?
I called.
You called him?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what's going to happen tonight. If there's any further action or any further contact, the DA will be contacting you. All right.
Would you like to state what I said to on there?
Yes, ma'am. All of that will be in the report. All right. Any questions? Okay. We're going to wait for medics to get here to check your husband out. Once he get cleared, then you guys will be free to go. I have
all the shopping here. I mean, you know.
Well, apparently they have previous history with you with fake receipts and stuff like that. Or old receipts or something like that. So I'm not for sure. Really doesn't matter at this point.
Return, like you return something?
I'm not for sure, ma'am. That's all it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
You return something, you don't want it, you return it back.
Okay. Well, that's kind of how it's going to happen tonight. You're not going to go to jail tonight. Like I said, I'm going to file a warrant and forward it to the DA, and then go from there.
After dealing with that, Officer Young met up with the paramedics outside, who were currently wheeling Mr. Martinez outside and placing him onto the stretcher that was provided for him.
He give you his information?
Is your back here lay down flat? Lay down flat. We need to go that way. This is hang out. Is it okay if we lay flat, or does that hurt? Okay, flat is better? Okay, let's lay flat. right there. Okay.
I have no idea. Juan Martinez. Nah, I don't have that. Zero 08-29-43.
Once they were finished with all the nuances and made Mr. Martinez comfortable, they wheeled him into an ambulance. Meanwhile, his wife was left behind, as she was still required to speak with the officer. After their conversation concluded, Officer Young walked over to 2 EMS responders and explained the situation to them.
So this guy here, he's raising Cain because they got his wife detained, and the AP girl comes out. He's already giving them Cain, so he's already heated. I get here, I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on. This dude is all in my grill. Hey guys, I need you to step out. Let me figure out what's going on, and then I'll talk to you. Well, this is my wife, and yada yada yada. All right, sir, I understand that. I'm gonna ask you to step outside again, or next step is I'm gonna put you outside, or I'm gonna take you to jail for interference. So he said, well, go ahead and take me to jail. Okay, well, go ahead and turn around. So I go to grab him, and he starts doing all this. Put him outside, and of course he's gonna fall. Let's make a scene because he don't like us. So that's pretty much what happened. I went to go put him outside, and he fell on his elbow. That's where the cut is from. So that's that.
Where's the loss prevention?
Right here.
Right inside.
Yeah.
I knew we've been over to Cabela's stuff too. Where's this gonna be?
Yeah, that's what. Did the guy flag y'all down?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what it is.
We are recorded working.
Yeah. So, plus it was 3 witnesses right there. So not really worried. So
they're getting him taken care of, getting him all computer work done. So.
All right. So he's not gonna go?
Yeah, he's
Steve?
Steve.
Steve. Is that Steve? Okay. Alright, well let me get in here and wrap this up.
Who's working with you now?
Alvarez.
Yeah.
So. Alright. Huh? Hopefully we won't see each other.
Yes, sir.
Alright, guys. Apparently the guy back there, I don't know who, she didn't tell me who. She said some guy back there had told her, I guess he knew who she was looking for. And he told her, well, he already put the battery in the truck, and that her husband had went outside. So, do you guys genuinely believe her intent was to steal the product?
Yes, because she had all of the medicine already wrapped up in an actual grocery bag and tied shut.
Oh, this medicine?
Yes, all that medicine.
Okay.
In the bag, all tied shut, like she had already taken.
Okay. Okay. All right.
That will have a very
That'll work.
we'll have the whole incident here on tape for you.
That's fine. I have it here. Like I told the medics, he was already hostile, heated. So. Right. Right. And he feels like he's privileged because he's a veteran. I respect that, but at the same time, you should have some respect for other people too.
And it would have been a simple process.
Yeah.
We kept telling them that the officers was going to come and get some information.
Right.
That's it. We don't know what's going to happen to you.
Right.
We said that several times. Several times he was saying that we're going on and on the whole time.
Okay.
And then he would factor in and how much he made and he doesn't feel dirty.
Well, I'll definitely make note of that in the report, as far as his comments and...
In the end, Mrs. Martinez was charged with theft and Mr. Martinez for interfering. However, in retaliation, the couple filed a lawsuit against the officer and Walmart. Be sure to check out our previous video where we cover another outrageous police encounter